Good afternoon from a very wet and horrible, supposed to be summer's day in London. I'm actually at Trafalgar Square at the moment, but before we start, welcome to my channel. I'm Roaming Ree. And if you don't already subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and leave me a comment. As always, good, bad and ugly, all comments I will try to reply back to. I'm in the heart of London today, right at Trafalgar Square and the London Gallery. Really nice and busy, a lot of tourists around. And a nice little show just going on there as well. Canada House directly in front of us over there. And if you look up, you can see cranes. As I always say, every city in the world is growing. And it's no different here. And I always say, London, one of my all-time favourite cities. It's such a big place, but what I'm going to try to cover is from here down to Whitehall over there, down to Big Ben and Houses of Parliament. It's a route I used to do, continuous for about 14 years, and it's been a good few years I haven't been down here. But it's nice to see a lot of people out and about, a lot of tourists out and about. There's also a protest or a march every weekend, which I shall try to cover. So we'll see how we get on with that. But hey, let's get ready to roam. Nelson's Column, Trafalgar Square. Beautiful architecture, structure all around London, no matter where you walk. Not like the old days where people used to jump into the water and the fountain there, or bring your soap powder, put it on and all the bubbles used to go. How things change. Looking directly ahead of me, that there was the Admiralty Arch entrance there. It looks like it's all closed off. There was rumours a few years ago they were going to make it into a hotel. So I presume those rumours are coming true. There's a lot of work going on there. Nelson's Column, and with the 4 lines in front of it where people used to climb up, it's all closed off. Barriers there. Looking around, there's a lot of police presence, a lot of roads closed, so it's causing quite a bit of a congestion. But I'm surprised at least the traffic is slowly moving. And there's Whitehall and Big Ben in the distance. At the moment, looking at it from here, it looks relatively clear. So let's try to make our way up there now before the demonstration or the crowd start coming. But so far, looking movable. Looking movable, yeah, you can get around. There's a lot of tourists around. Please do not touch or sit or climb on the sculpture. London cab. I don't know what it's there for, but it's there. Everybody likes tooting their horn, no matter what capital city you're in. Everyone's got a horn that works. Getting into the heart of Whitehall now, and see quite a bit of police carriers parked down there, so they must be getting ready for the demonstration. The road there seems to be closed. A lot of little groups of tourists around, so that's nice to see. And horse guards. Surprised the horse guards are out. If the crowds become any bigger, or larger I should say, they may not be here for much longer. Trafalgar Square, Nelson's Column we can make out over there. Some sort of argument going on over there. Cyclist, typical cyclist and a car. I don't understand why people just don't move on. You're in a car, just go. Why start an argument with a cyclist? Right in the heart of Whitehall now. Cabinet rooms where the MPs have their offices. right next door and connected to Downing Street. That's Downing Street just there. A lot of police presence, but as I say, I can't see the demonstration coming down here yet, or maybe I'm early, but we shall see. Across the road, can't really make out the white building behind the trees, but that's the New Scotland Yard. New Scotland Yard just there, through that little walkway, and the Ministry of Defence, the MOD building, and the World War II Women Memorial. Really surprised about how I can actually be walking around and moving around. So let's just continue. Downing Street and all the police presence there. So they are expecting something, but I can't see nothing. The senator ahead of me, not got the barriers around it today, so I don't think they're going to be expecting as much. Looking down Downing Street, the press is still there. I don't know if you can actually make it out. Quite a few press still down there. The new Labour government taking over. Let's at least give them a chance, see what happens. We actually deserve better. We demand better. So let's just see what happens. Can't see much of a demonstration coming over this side. Nothing's blocked off, no barriers anywhere, no stage build up. So I wonder where the talk's going to be, or if there is a speech going to happen. This side, the Foreign Commonwealth Office. Very large building, whole block, beautiful building. Oh, the senator, nice to see, no barriers around it. And no big police presence around it. Ahead of me, that's King Charles Street, where the entrance for the Foreign and Commonwealth Office is. All our business from abroad happens here. If you have any issues, this is where you come. Number 1 Parliament Street. This is where Parliament starts. We got Westminster Bridge that way, which we'll have a look, and Big Ben, and starting our Houses of Parliament. 3 towers there. Surprised there's a lot of police here, but no demonstrations, nothing to be upset or weary about. And there's a lot of tourists. I'm glad. I love to see London like this. It really is, for me, the best city in the world. The Parliament Square ahead of me there. And I think that's the Media and Cultural building, government building. Really cleaned up from the last few years. And this Churchill statue is the only place where we've got some barriers around it. The rest of them, no barriers at all. So looking at, that's what Westminster Abbey over there. Very busy, all tourists, all taking pictures. Beautiful to see. Look at that. Always surprised how nice and clean it looks. Portcullis House, where all the MPs have their buildings. There's a subway underneath that leads to Parliament from here. Sun seems to be coming out as well, which is nice. Make out the Shard in the distance. Walking around here, where I haven't actually walked around for the last few years, it looks a lot cleaner than what it did from a few years ago. Also, I think keeping the crowds or the protests and the demonstrations away from the heart of London seems to have worked a treat as well, because there are definitely a lot more tourists are here, a lot of happy snappers. And if the weather was nice, I'm sure it'll be a lot more busier than this as well. As I said earlier, this was a journey I've done for like 14 years, continuous. And you know what? It was really easy today. If the trains are running and the buses, it's absolutely no problems whatsoever. Generally, people are in really good mood and stuff. I met a few people smiles and happy. Maybe it's the weather. Well, so it could be the weather. Should be summer, but it's still raining. It's still dropping at the moment and everything as well. But I do love London. I think I always will, no matter how many changes that go on. A lot of police here as well. Oh, these are new barriers here where they can actually close off access to Parliament. Never used to be here before. There we go, that's Portcullis House there. Millennium Eye in front of me. A lot of police. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 large carriers, smaller vans as well. Don't know why that side is closed. I shall have to go and ask the cop what it's about. Yeah, talking to the young, what do you call it down? Not WPC, female PC or PC or whatever you like to call it. Plonk, as we used to call them back in the day, saying that the march is actually coming this way. And it should be down here in about an hour or so. But it's nice to see that they've actually left the roads open so people can get through, because I know it is all going to be closed. Hopefully, should keep the illegal gamblers and the card sharks off here with so much police being down here, but there is a lot of people. Millennium Eye, St Tommy's Hospital, and the south side of the river, and Houses of Parliament. One of the restaurant areas for the MPs and the people to use them. Houses of Parliament just here. Running water makes such a difference. Every city you go to that have water, it makes such a big difference. Lovely boat. Westminster Pier, where one of the boat taxis, or taxi boats, or whatever you like to say, the Uber boat stops, collects people, and as we speak, there is an Uber boat. And the Millennium Eye, as it was then, the London Eye as it is now, and the South Bank. How pretty. As far as you can see, yellow jackets walking around everywhere. Palestinian flag, a lot of flags there. Let's have a look at that. Don't ask me why, and I've got no thinking of why it's been set up here. This is Victoria Embankment, just as you can see in front of Big Ben, and the stage is set up here rather than on Whitehall like it always used to be, where it's a lot wider. I don't know why it was done here, but we'll wait and see. The new Scotland Yard building, right on Victoria Embankment, right next to the MOD. Enough fluorescent jackets here as well, so they are expecting the march to come down. Don't know what sort of the numbers are going to be, but we'll hang about and have a look. I managed to find a march, and it's Victoria Embankment, not far from where I was. I was just a little bit early, and I've got to say there's a lot of people. Here. I couldn't estimate the numbers, and there's more coming. There's just waves and waves and waves of people coming, and you know what, it's nice to see everybody, nice mix of people here. And as I always say, it's only unity that is going to get rid of the greed in this country we've got at the moment, and not just this country, the world. Even when I'm traveling, you know what, even the normal people in other countries are having the same problem with their governments. It's not just us. A lot of people still walking, still coming up to the stage. Good thing I'm going the opposite way. I don't think I'll be able to get out the other side. There's just too many people. That's not something you see every day. Good luck to him. Millennium Eye just there, or London Eye, whatever you like to call it. Keeps coming out Millennium Eye from my mouth because that's what it was originally made as I always say. I do love London. Even with all this, I've always loved London. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm a Londoner. Enough yellow jackets standing around chatting away. The earlier ones I was talking to, they were a bit upset because they're going to miss the football. But hey, you're going to get paid for it. Next wave. See, it's not just the Asians or the Muslims that are standing up for Palestine. They've even got the Jewish brothers and sisters out here as well. Well, more brothers than sisters, I would say. So now get caught up in a big crowd here. Let's get out of this crowd. That's a Horse Guards parade. Horse Guards Road just there. That leads on to Horse Guards Parade. Earlier on we saw the horses. That road actually leads you there. I don't like politicians much, but you know what? Let's at least see how he comes out. I don't have any hope for him, but we deserve better, as I always say. As such a small country, people are coming here. Every day people are risking their lives to come to this country. That cannot be right. But hey, first time they're in power after 14 years. Let's see what happens. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. But as I said, I'm not holding my breath. Finally, I've come to the end of the march. And you know what? There's a lot of people here. I've seen it to be really, really quiet, really, really peaceful. Yeah. I take it everywhere on my travels.
Oh. I didn't know
It's good, isn't it?
It's so small, I couldn't see what it was.
I'll get stopped everywhere with it. It's all in the far distance over there. And if you know this area, this is the only one road that leads right up to Big Ben, as you can make out in distance over there. You have one little side road, Horse Guards Road, that leads out, but the rest of it is going to create such a big bottleneck, so I don't want to get caught into the crowds. The atmosphere has been really peaceful and fun, even with the amount of noise that was going on. As usual, police everywhere. A lot of them, being as good as gold, can't really complain about them. They're all right if you talk to them nicely. But look how quiet it is around here. Who would ever thought this is Embankment tube station just around the corner, and Northumberland Avenue, and how quiet is it here. A really nice footbridge from our side, I like to say, to the south side of the river. Nice drum beat going up in the park area over there, starting from the Yellow Jackets there all the way down to Westminster Bridge. The amount of people is phenomenal. Lovely footbridge, and on the south side it's really nice as well. This is West London, beautiful. Tour boat, London Eye, and the bigger city cruise. Look at the amount of boats are on the river. It's funny, we never used to use the river as much compared to other countries. If you ever visit Istanbul, the Bosphorus, you'll be surprised how many boats, how many public transport ferries they have, which we never used to have that before. Whereas look at us now, it's definitely the way forward. Look at this one, packed. And look, all happy, they're all happy. That's what I like to see. Happy in London. And how the skyline is changing in London. And you can make out the cranes. And buildings, still building in London. And you know what? The weather's turned out glorious, really warm and sunny now. Stunning day in London, stunning day in London.